Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Yorkshire Media. I am Mark, your host, your presenter, whatever you want me to be. Now, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about war in Ukraine, day 5 of war in Ukraine. So, what's going on over there? So we're going to talk about a host of things and things like that, and what I've been asked. But at the moment, we have 4,500 dead Russians so far from and that. Talks on Belarus have begun. So Ukraine and Russia are talking in Belarus. Well, they're supposed to be. Sanctions will respond. We plan to deal with sanctions. So more sanctions are being put. The ruble has fallen roughly about 30% down on the dollar. So sanctions will kick in. Peter, the European Union are asking for an international sports ban on all sports, on all Russian sports and people who, an international sports ban for every athlete, Russian athlete, basically. Um, New against dollar, a work of severe, So ruble's weakening, and and obviously the Ukraine people, Ukraine army, military, and civilians are still fighting. They're still holding the Russians up. Russia is making progress slowly, but it's taking time. You know what I mean? Day 5, Russia expected a quick strike. They didn't expect to go 5 days. You know what I mean? We have Ukrainians who are, we have a lot of Ukrainians going to the borders of Poland, Romania, Slovakia, Hungary, and things like that, who are being displaced. There's roughly 750,000 Ukrainian people displaced. That's women and children only, because the men are staying behind to fight for the country and things like that. Things like that. So that's what's going on at the moment in day 5. People have asked me a few questions. Why is Russia attacking Ukraine? Well, basically, the answer to that is because Putin's a madman. Yeah, I mean, but I will explain it to you, and I will tell you my reasoning for it. And my reasoning for this is Putin thinks that Ukraine still is Russian's land, which it's not, as we all know. Ukraine is an independent sovereign country, and that's how it should stay. But Russia doesn't agree with this at all, and is wanting the old Soviet Union back. But one of the main reasons for attacking Ukraine, and the only reason why he did Crimea, he did Crimea in 2014. That was a jumping off point to do Ukraine, and if he's successful in getting Ukraine, that'll give him a big platform and a great big jumping off point to attack Europe. Now, if he would do that, well, I wouldn't trust him and things like that. And this is what Ukrainian military spokesmen have said. We are now, fighting for our country and defending Europe, because if Putin gets the Ukraine, the next step is to go to the border of Poland, something like, oh, this is what he believes, go to the border of Poland and attack Poland, and things like that. This is what, Ukrainians think what Russia wants to do. So that's one of the reasons. You know what I mean? And also, he doesn't agree with Ukraine being an independent country, which he doesn't. He doesn't like it because they've been successful and things like that. So he's decided he's going to bust them up, basically, or try to, he's going to invade them and take it back, sort of thing. He's like a big kid. And why has he put his nuclear forces on high alert? Well, he's done that to scare the Ukrainians into surrendering, thinking, oh, no, 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 no. You know what I mean? But they haven't done that. They are fighting on. And I think they'll fight on to the last man, basically. Is Russia going to, use these nuclear... Well, You don't put them on the table unless you are. You don't have nuclear weapons unless you are determined to use them. The United Kingdom and the US have got them, and would they use them? Yes, they would. Um, so I think he would. But for he's put it on the high alert, special alert and things like that. Now, what that means is that Vladimir Putin is only 2 steps away from free fire. Basically, he's got another 2 steps to go, so I wouldn't quite worry yet. And that's why he's doing it. Basically, that's why he's done it. It's there to intimidate the Ukrainians, basically. Oh, nuclear weapon, but it hasn't started yet, and things like that. So, like I was saying, there's a lot of people, a lot of refugees, you know, children and women, because the men are staying behind to fight, are leaving the Ukraine and they're heading towards Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, and Czech Republic, and things like that. They are literally going, and they don't want to go far because obviously they'll be wanting to go back, but for how long they're going to be away, I don't know. But they are crossing borders, and so far, the Ukrainians what have been displaced is roughly 750,000. Ukrainians being displaced, and it's disgusting. Now, so I agree with the United Kingdom by saying, look, offer them to come here and stay. If they have family here, get over here and stay with your family and things like that. I agree with what United Kingdom's going. I think our borders should be, sliced open. Yeah, I mean, and let the Ukrainians come in. You know, they won't be staying for long. I'll tell you that now, because they don't want to stay. They'll want to go back once that war is finished. I mean, there's a lot of people I've heard on YouTube and that saying, "Oh no, we shouldn't allow Ukrainians into UK. We shouldn't have to take refugees." Well, I'm sorry, but there'll be a lot of European countries what will be taking them, and that, you know what I mean? Because that's got to be the fleeing a war zone. I've heard one YouTuber saying, "Well, they don't fit the criteria." I don't give a monkeys about any criteria what Ukrainians fit. They are fleeing a war zone. They need our help, and we do. The United Kingdom does stand by Ukraine, so let them in. You know what I mean? Let them in. You let dinghy divers in, let them in. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, if you have got, if you think that we haven't got enough room, let's send the dinghy divers back. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? But the Ukrainians, they don't deserve to be displaced, and they don't deserve war. I mean, don't forget, it's an illegal invasion by Russia to begin with. I mean, I noticed when Vladimir Putin says, I've told my generals to put on, my nuclear deterrent onto special alert. I went camera turned to the 2 generals. They didn't look happy. I tell you now, they are not with him on this. I mean, they didn't look happy at all. They were fearful. They were scared, literally scared. You know what I mean? So, and the people of Russia are getting sick and tired of this. As you all know, the central Russian bankers, his assets have been seized. They are queuing up in Russia for the money. This is affecting them all, and from what I can gather, and from what I can see on the news, Russia officials say talks on Belarus border have begun. Oh, that's good. Um, demand and demand immediate EU citizenship. Yeah, well, I think they should. I think EU should say, yeah, yeah, Ukraine is now an EU member. All it's got to do is sign here and done that, and that'll be it. Yeah, I mean, Ukraine. In fact, 15 version. Ground forces more than 30 kilometres north of Kiev. Heavy fighting in Cherniv and Kharkiv, but both under Ukraine control. Hold an emergency session of full General Assembly. United Nations are going to hold a full General Assembly. Ruble plunges to new low against dollar in the wake of severe sanctions. That's good news, is that? And that's it, really, basically. That's it. Yeah. So these new sanctions are kicking in. That's good news, is that? Right. And things like that. So, yeah, that is, you know, day 5 of the war in Ukraine. It's disgusting. I know. I don't want to give you nightmares. I don't want to scare people. I wouldn't worry too much. Someone said to me yesterday, you shouldn't worry about things what you can't control. What I say to that is, that's easy said than done. There will be a lot of people who will be, mentally affected by this. They'll be scared, and rightly so. You know what I mean? I'm scared. I mean, I never thought I'd see Russia put any nuclear device on high alert. But they have in my lifetime. So, you know, you know, you know, you know, not to worry about things what's not in control. That's easy said than done. There's a lot of people out there who will be worried. I mean, I mean, and things like that. I've got friends in Ukraine. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that they're all right. Obviously, I'm going to be worried because they're my friends. It's as simple as that. But yeah, all these refugees what are being displaced. Yeah, the United Kingdom are doing the correct thing by letting them come over. The EU are doing the right thing by saying, look, there's no visas. You don't need a visa. You can come over here for 3 years, then apply for citizenship if you want. And that's what we should be doing right now. Cut all the red tape and do it that way. I mean, there's channels on here on YouTube are disgusting. They're completely disgusting. Yeah. Oh no, Ukrainians shouldn't be allowed to come to UK. Why not? They're free in a war zone. Yes, they should. They fit the criteria. They are not economic migrants. They are wanting to come over for safety. They'll be going back. They don't want to stay. Obviously, they're proud of the country. They want to go back to their country and live, and that will happen eventually. It depends how long it takes, this war. I mean, at the moment, the way that Ukrainian military is fighting, it looks like they could hold Russia back up. I mean, it does definitely look like Vladimir Putin has massively underrated the Ukrainian military. Literally. So I think he'll be in trouble. And if Vladimir Putin loses this battle, then he's finished. Completely finished. In my mind, he'll lose his presidency, and that'll be it, hopefully. You know what I mean? They has to be. I mean, the people, the citizens of Russia are getting sick of this. They can't get the money. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Will there be a military coup in Russia? We don't know. I mean, we don't know. I don't know what the next step is for our armed forces. All I know is they are on the borders of NATO countries, just backing them up, just in case if Russia decides, hang on, I'm taking Poland. Well, good luck with that, because I tell you now, if Russia steps foot in Poland, I honestly think Polish and the NATO troops, they're gone. And that, I know Ukrainian military spokesman says they are defending the country as well as Europe, but also he says they will take back Crimea. They will rid Russia of Crimea. Now, this is what this spokesman has said, and that's what they're determined to do. They are determined to get rid of the Russian problem for once and for all. You know what I mean? Vladimir Putin, he said, oh, well, if you listen to their news, which I have, unfortunately, it's propaganda machine. Russia today is a big propaganda machine. But if you listen to Vladimir Putin properly, and I have, he says he wants to liberate Ukraine. Ukraine don't need to liberate. He wants to demilitarize Ukraine. Well, they don't need that. They are not the aggressor. They are not going to attack Russia. Russia has attacked them. So, you know what I mean? And things like that. So, this is what Vladimir Putin is saying. Is complete propaganda and rubbish. You know what I mean? And then he accuses NATO that, reason why I put me nuclear weapons on high alert is because NATO showing aggression. No, they're not. All because we rocked up at borders and you're near on surrounded with NATO troops. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's an aggressive move, isn't it? No, it's not. It's a defensive move by NATO to protect Poland, Hungary, Czech Republic, and things like that. Yeah, I mean, you can't have them. tough. You can't have back your old Soviet Union, what you're desperate for. Yeah, and you definitely can't have Ukraine, so you can go cause trouble with Europe. Now, we're not going to allow it. If Russia win this, the next step will be to take on Europe. You know what I mean? And that's, he's a warmonger, is Vladimir Putin. He is. He's very cold and calculating. Oh, people, oh, well, he's freaking stupid. No, he's not. He's not freaking stupid. He's just a madman, basically. He has got, as far as I know, he has got mental health problems. He's got a serious health problem as well. And that, and this is one of the reasons why he's doing this before he dies. And I think, all right, you know what I mean? But no, Vladimir Putin, in every move he's made, he's been very calculated. He took he annexed the Crimea, which he shouldn't, but he did. He annexed the Crimea. That was an intelligent, bold move, knowing that he could go from there into Ukraine, and he was always planning to invade Ukraine, no matter what. He's wanting the Iron Curtain back. He's wanting the Baltic states back within Russia. I'll tell you do as you're told or else. Well, Ukraine are saying no, and they want to give Putin a bloody nut, and that's what they've done. Putin is just a mass bully. The Russian army are bullies. It's as simple as that. There has been reported that Russian military have been shooting at civilians' houses and things like that. So they committed war crime atrocities and things like that so far. You know what I mean? So they'll be in big trouble. There is an application into International High Court of Justice for this. So, President Putin hasn't got clean hands over this. He's got blood on his hands. He's the aggressor, not Ukrainian people. The Ukrainian people wanted to live in peace. That's why they had a democratic. They got rid of their nasty leader, and they're sick of and now they got rid of their leader, had a democratic election and voted in a new president, which they've got, and a new mayor, which they've got, and the president vowed that he would take the country forward, and he's done that, and he were being peaceful, and they were living the life how they wanted to live, in peace, and be part of Europe. They want to be a part of the European state. And I can't blame them for that, because they are next door to a European country. They see themselves as more European than Russian, even though Russia are their brothers, and that's what they're fighting. Really, they're brethren, and it's disgusting. But that's what they want, and that's what. But Putin don't want that. He don't want them. Yeah. Oh no. It's not an independent country. It belongs to the Soviet Union. It belongs to Russia. Well, it doesn't. Ukraine is an independent sovereign country, and that's why. And Ukraine says they're sick and tired of Russia. We're fighting for our freedom, and that's what they're doing. And they're determined to push them right back past Crimea to get Crimea back off them. They're sick of Russia. They're sick and tired of it, of being bullied, and that's what Russia are doing. They're the aggressor. They're bullying them, and it's as simple as that. And that's what it's all about, unfortunately. But that's what it is at this moment in time. Do I think the peace talks will work? No, I don't think. I don't think so. It may or may not. I think it's too soon for things like, because Russia say, well, if you give me your land, but in them talks, Ukraine are saying we are not giving 1 centimetre. We want you out of Ukraine. You're not getting 1 inch of our land. This is our land, not Russia's. And it's as simple as that. And that's how it's going to go. So I don't think the talks will be any good. Even the president of Ukraine says, well, let them try. But we'll see. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's queues in Russia for their money right now. They're queuing up at banks and machines for the money. Sanctions will slowly hit and strangulate the Russian economy. Yeah, and that's the whole idea of it. I know EU have banned all Russian aircraft into their airspace, including the private jets and things like that. So any registered Russian aircraft is not allowed to fly into airspace, and same as the United Kingdom. No Russian aircraft is allowed to fly into the United Kingdom's airspace, and we can't fly into Russian's airspace. So it's tit for tat basically. But I mean, but like I say, there is 700 and over 700,000 Ukrainians displaced through this war. It's disgusting. Well, I do I do congratulate the EU for opening their borders and gate, and especially Poland. Poland, had a start saying no one's coming in because of what's gone off, but all because of Ukraine. They've opened their borders and said you're welcome with open arms. I'm I'm thankful to Poland for that, and I think the Polish will understand more than anyone about what's going on in Ukraine. I think they honestly will, and like what the Polish says, it's time for solidarity. We have to stand together, and that's what we've got to do, and that's what the United Kingdom are doing. People have always said to us, "Oh well, we should never have left the EU." Well, we did, and all because we left the EU, it were better for us. Because look of what we've done. We have given weapons to Ukraine well before EU. EU have just started to supply, and it's took them 4 days to do it. It's a bit slow, but there you go. But the EU have been working on sanctions like us, and unlike the US as well. Is there going to be a response by the US to this nuclear high alert from Russia? I don't think there will be. I don't think President Biden is going to say, "All right, you've got them. No, well, look at what we've got." You know what I mean? He ain't going to fly in a nuclear bomber just to say, "We're bigger than you." No, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think Putin will use nuclear weapons on Ukraine. And if he does, I wouldn't worry about it too much because, according to experts, from what I've listened to, throughout of all this, the nuclear weapons what they've got will only land within Ukraine, and nuclear fallout wouldn't even reach the United Kingdom. The weaker nuclear missile basically. It's a weaker form of nuclear missile. It's got depleted uranium and things like that. So we won't have a nuclear winter in the United Kingdom, and it would only, the missiles would only go 1,000 kilometres within Ukraine. It would only be used on the Ukrainians if he did let loose. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. We're not going to be in a nuclear winter. It would be bad news for the Ukrainians if he did, and it would be bad news for Russia, because that would be a war crime. They've already broken a UN charter as Russia, so, and they are permanent members of the United Nations, and they've already broken the United Nations charter, by causing war. So, this is all wrong. Russia's got a lot to be worried about, in my mind, and that. So, if you've liked this, I know it's hard for me to say, I'm not going to put thumbs up out like that, but if you have liked the video, please give me a like, and please subscribe if you do, and hit that bell icon, and hit all, and that'll let you know when I'm putting up another video like this. And also, please share the video to any social media like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and your friends and your family. Just share the shit out of it, and that, and please comment below, and hopefully, may come with some good news. No, but the war in Ukraine continues. The Ukrainians are holding their own. They are doing well. Ukraine, the country, has not fallen yet. So, good news. The next 24 hours for Ukraine is crucial. I know that. Right. So I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now. Bye.